2/3 of us are from this very city, and it's really great to be back. I'm gonna start playing a song by myself that the greatest band in America wrote, called Great Thunder. Mississippi, I'm alone in the alley. What am I supposed to be fighting for? If you bear yourself up tall, you can tell me what the future holds. Will you settle where you stand or keep it to yourself? Would you go? 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 I was still in P.S. Eliot, but I was just writing songs that I wasn't really, they were like really, really simple, just really, really bare bones, and I just wasn't sure how to like fit them into a pop punk sort of band. So I recorded demos of them and then ended up just releasing it kind of on a whim, and then that's really how it started. And then I kind of got into like a really good, I guess like just like a really good groove with the point of view of the songs, and I felt like it was different from other stuff that I had done, and then at that point P.S. Eliot had kind of broken up and I was in New York, so I was like just really focusing on that, so I guess that's kind of how it all started. And then I put out my first record that was just all me. I just like, it was just, you know, like acoustic bedroom recordings, and then the songs for this most recent record, Cerulean Salt, I wrote with other instruments in mind. Just sort of, I guess, wanted to branch out and kind of just change things up, because I feel like I would have gotten really bored writing like 2-chord acoustic songs for a whole nother record. So that happened, and then I guess we've expanded it even more now with the live show, because specifically on this tour, the bands that we're playing with are really high energy, and so our live show is like completely different than the record. It's just like a lot of, just like a lot louder and, you know, kind of more conducive to like a rock show setting. Red forest of a crowd. It's weird. It wasn't like a thing where I hated Birmingham at all. I love Birmingham. I love coming back here. I could see myself living here, in the future. It's not like a thing where I really wanted to leave because I hated it. I just thought maybe what I wanted to do could be a little bit easier in a bigger city. And I think I was right. I mean, I think things did kind of change and fast track a little bit. And I guess I just needed to change. I mean, I feel like at the time I thought I might kind of grow or like be a more well-rounded person if I like left for a little while. And I wasn't really sure that I wanted to stay gone. It was sort of like not a whole idea. It was just sort of like a half-hearted plan to leave for a little while and figure it out. And so, it definitely wasn't a thing where I was like, oh, I hate Birmingham. I just kind of thought it would be a good idea to leave for a little while.
It's really great to be back here. I feel like every friend I've ever had is here. That's a good feeling. Take my word for it, I'm not worth it. I ignored you all night, and you don't deserve it. Morning bathtub, my skin soft and hard. I was sure water and lost my mind, interlocked and unfastened. Struggle, shed skin, heavy breath is a deadly assassin. My sister's eyes flood like rivers or wine in your absence. So we echo each song to which you would sing along, a surrogate hymn. Sing it again, we'll smoke till our pockets are empty. A person cannot live without sleep, and you can't hold up a story so heavy. We tell it so rarely. In this place I think about you, the spirits and veins that you run through. And in this place I think about you.
Going from touring 3 weeks out of the year to like 6 months out of the year, that's happened over the course of like 7 years. So it's sort of like, it doesn't really feel like I don't know, it doesn't really feel that different. It hasn't really, and with, as far as like people writing stuff, I try really hard, I know everyone says this, but I try really hard not to look at it and not to let it affect anything, because I kind of think it would be really distracting if I was like really caught up in that. And Keith, my boyfriend, who you've probably met, he gave me really good advice like a long time ago, because I was getting kind of stressed out about it right at the beginning. Like, I think the first time that Pitchfork wrote anything about me, it like, I felt really weird about it and like really overwhelmed. And he just told me that, you know, you should only focus on the things that you can control, and that should be what makes you happy, or the things that you have control over. And what I have control over is like the records that I make, and you know, just like the creative choices that I make, and I don't really have control over how people react to it. So it's just like, it's good just not to focus on that. So I don't know, I've tried to like take that to heart and not focus on the things that I don't have any control over, because I think that can drive people crazy a little bit. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
End up in alabaster. The radio counts your thoughts. You grow as big as the ocean, soothing when I'm destroyed. But you can run, get out to a giant, defend all the damage you cause. And if I muster the strength to afflict you, I won't feel any better at some cosmetic illusion. You rest your callow bones. Blame a hard-working father for a harm you cannot atone. But you can't argue the truth, you're exceeded. You rest on
a lot of the people there really well. So it was like really natural and easy.
You weren't moving up there cold like you'd
Hi,
done.
Hi, yeah, playing in the subway. No,
Yeah.
no, nothing like that. It was pretty seamless. It was like really not a huge transition. Only it was a way bigger city with way more like houses and places to play and way more bands. And it was just basically like the punk scene here times 10 because it was in New York. So it was, you know, pretty. It was like, you know, kind of taking a little step up in that way, which was cool.
These projections of us, you're magnetic, and I cannot keep up. And I feel as you're moving real close, and I feel as your head rose. You're a figment. I believed it. Your dog died today, and you drive all the way here to tell me I'm okay. And I left, and I didn't say goodbye, and I ran all the way home in the gray moonlight. It's dark now, but we made it that way. With what we drinking, how we thinking, what we say. We degrade ourselves and then expect help. We're still in the same place. We are diluted. We are the only ones awake. And you hold me like you do it every day. Chase a graceful way to race or to run away. We diverge and I collapse into my bed. You were shoved awkwardly into my head. You age sleep to sleep in American Weekend.